Hi there, just going to be doing a whisper ASMR video reading about Chile. And I got a big plate of fettuccine with red sauce here. And yeah, so I'm going to start this up. So Chile, officially the Republic of Chile, is a country in Western South America. It is the southernmost country in the world and the closest to Antarctica. Okay, I didn't know that. Closest to Antarctica, that's interesting. Stretching along a narrow strip of land between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, Chile had a population of 17.5 million as of the latest census in 2017, and has a territorial area of 756,102 square kilometers, 291,933 square miles, sharing borders with Peru to the north, Bolivia to the northeast, Argentina to the east, and the Drake Passage to the south. The country also controls several Pacific islands, including Juan Fernandez, Isla Salas y Gomez, Desventuradas, and Easter Island, and claims about 1,250,000 square kilometers, 480,000 square miles. Of Antarctica as the Chilean Antarctic Territory, the capital and largest city of Chile is Santiago, and the national language is Spanish. Spain conquered and colonized the region in the mid-16th century, replacing Inca rule, but failed to conquer the independent Mapuche people who inhabited what is now south-central Chile. Excuse me, let's get some more pasta. Chile emerged as a relatively stable authoritarian republic in the 1830s after their 1818 declaration of independence from Spain. During the 19th century, Chile experienced significant economic and territorial growth, putting an end to Mapuche resistance in the 1880s and gaining its current northern territory in the War of the Pacific, 1879 to 83, by defeating Peru and Bolivia. In the 20th century, up until the 1970s, Chile underwent a process of democratization and experienced rapid population growth and urbanization. relying increasingly on exports from copper mining to support its economy. During the 1960s and 1970s, the country was marked by severe left-to-right political polarization and turmoil, which culminated in the 1973 Chilean coup d'etat that overthrew Salvador Allende's democratically elected left-wing government. This was followed by a 16-year right-wing military dictatorship under Augusto Pinochet, which resulted in more than 3,000 deaths or disappearances. The regime ended in 1990 following a referendum in 1988 and was succeeded by a center-left coalition which ruled until 2010. Chile has a high-income economy and is one of the most economically and socially stable nations in South America, leading Latin America in competitiveness, per capita income, globalization, peace, and economic freedom. Chile also performs well in regions, in the region in terms of sustainability of the state and democratic development, and boasts the second lowest homicide rate in the Americas, following only Canada. Okay, I had no idea. And Chile is a founding member of the United Nations, the Community of Latin America and Caribbean States, CELAC, and the Pacific Alliance, and joined OECD in 2010. History. Early history. Stone tool evidence indicates humans sporadically frequented the Monteverde Valley area as long as 18,500 years ago. About 10,000 years ago, migrating indigenous peoples settled in fertile valleys and coastal areas of what is present-day Chile. Settlement sites from very early human habitation include Monteverde, Cueva del Milodon, and the Bali Ike craters lava tube. The Incas briefly extended their empire into what is now northern Chile, but the Mapuche, or Araucanians, as I'm not sure if I said that right, but as they were known by the Spaniards, successfully resisted many attempts by the Inca Empire to subjugate them, despite their lack of state organization. They fought against the Sapa Inca Tupac Yupanqui and his army. The result of the bloody three-day confrontation, known as the Battle of Maule, was that the Inca conquest of the territories of Chile ended in the Maule River. Spanish colonization. In 1520, while attempting to circumnavigate the globe, Ferdinand Magellan discovered the Southern Passage, now named after him, the Strait of Magellan, thus becoming the first European to set foot on what is now Chile. The next Europeans to reach Chile were Diego de Almagro and his band of Spanish conquistadors, who came from Peru in 1535 seeking gold. The Spanish encountered various cultures that supported themselves principally through slash and burn agriculture and hunting. The conquest of Chile began in earnest in 1540 and was carried out by Pedro de Valdivia, one of Francisco Pizarro's lieutenants, and founded the city of Santiago on 12 February 1541. Although the Spanish did not find the extensive gold and silver they sought, they recognized the agricultural potential of Chile's Central Valley, and Chile became part of the Spanish Empire. Conquest took place gradually, and the Europeans suffered repeated setbacks. A massive Mapuche insurrection that began in 1553 resulted in Valdivia's death, and the destruction of many of the colony's principal settlements. Some water. Subsequent major insurrections took place in 1598 and 1655. Each time the Mapuche and other native groups revolted, the southern border of the colony was driven northward. The abolition of slavery by the Spanish crown in 1683 was done in recognition that enslaving the Mapuche intensified resistance rather than cowing them into submission. Despite royal prohibitions, relations remained strained from the from continual colonialist interference. Cut off to the north by desert, to the south by Mapuche, and to the east by the Andes Mountains, and to the west by the ocean, Chile became one of the most centralized, homogeneous territories in Spanish America, serving as a sort of frontier garrison. The colony found itself with the mission of forestalling encroachment by both the Mapuche and Spanish European enemies. Spain's European enemies, especially the English and the Dutch. Buccaneers and pirates menaced the colony in addition to the Mapuche, as was shown by Sir Francis Drake's 1578 raid on Valparaiso, the colony's principal port. Chile hosted one of the largest standing armies in the Americas, making it one of the most militarized and of the Spanish possessions, as well as a drain on the treasury of the Viceroyalty of Peru. The first general consensus was conducted by the government of Augustin de Jauregui between 1777 and 1778. It indicated that the population consisted of 259,646 inhabitants, 73.5% of European descent, 7.9 mestizos, 8.6 indigenous people, and 9.8 blacks. Francisco Hurtado, governor of the province of Chiloé, conducted a census in 1784 and found the population consisted of 26,703 inhabitants, 64.4% of whom were whites and 33.5% of whom were natives. The Diocese of Concepcion conducted a census in areas of the South Mole River in 1812, but did not include the indigenous population or the inhabitants of the province of Chile. The population is estimated at 210,567, 86.1% of whom were Spanish or of European descent, 10% of whom were indigenous, and 3.7% of whom were mestizos, blacks, or mulattoes. A 2021 study of Baton and Lorca, Guyana, shows that regions with a relatively high share of North European migrants developed faster in terms of numeracy, even if the overall number of migrants was small. This effect might be related to externalities. The surrounding population adopted a similar behavior as the small non-European immigrant group, and new schools were created. Ironically, there might have been positive spillover effects from the educational investment made by migrants. At the same time, numeracy might have been reduced by the greater inequity in these regions. However, the positive effects of immigration were apparently stronger. Independence and nation building. In 1808, Napoleon's enthronement of his brother Joseph as the Spanish king precipitated the drive by Chile for independence from Spain. A national junta in the name of Ferdinand, heir to the deposed king, was formed on 18 September 1810. The government of Junta of Chile proclaimed an autonomous government for Chile within the Spanish monarchy. In memory of this day, Chile celebrates its National Day on 18 September each year. After these events, a movement for total independence under the command of Jose Miguel Carrera, one of the most renowned patriots, and his two brothers, Juan Jose and Luis Carrera, soon gained a wider following. Spanish attempts to reimpose arbitrary rule during what was called the Reconquista led to a prolonged struggle, including in fighting from Bernardo O'Higgins, who challenged the Carrera's leadership. Intermittent warfare continued until 1817, with Carrera prison in Argentina. O'Higgins and anti-Carrera cohort Jose de San Martin, hero of the Argentine War of Independence, led an army that crossed the Andes into Chile and defeated the Royalists. On 12 February 1818, Chile was proclaimed an independence republic. The political revolt brought little social change, however, and 19th century Chilean society preserved the essence of the stratified colonial social structure, which was greatly influenced by family politics and the Roman Catholic Church. A strong presidency eventually emerged, but wealthy landowners remained powerful. Bernardo O'Higgins once planned to expand Chile by liberating the Philippines from Spain and incorporating the islands. In this regard, he tasked the Scottish naval officer, Lord Thomas Cochrane. In a letter dated 12 November 1821, expressing his plan to conquer Guayaquil. The Galapagos Islands and the Philippines. There were preparations, but the plan did not push through because O'Higgins was exiled. Chile slowly started to expand its influence and to establish its borders. By the Tantuaco Treaty, the archipelago of Chiloé was incorporated in 1826. The economy began to boom due to the discovery of silver ore in Genarcilo, the growing trade of the port of Valparaiso, which led to conflict over maritime supremacy in the Pacific with Peru. At the same time, attempts were made to strengthen sovereignty in southern Chile, intensifying preparation into Araucania and colonizing Languille with German immigrants in 1848 through the founding of Fort Bolognese by the schooner anchored under the command of John Williams Wilson. The Magallanes region started to be controlled by the the country in 1843, while the Antofagasta region, at the time of the dispute with Bolivia, began to fill with people.